Hi, I'm Rick Suyo with Hayes TV. Imagine seeing George Foreman crooning on stage here at the Hayes Center, or Serena Williams lyrically lamenting. Or how about Tiger Woods boogieing, not bogeying? Well, they're all going to be in Blowing Rock. Well, maybe not exactly, but at least a group of professional actors and singers will be spoofing all of these athletes in the off-Broadway hit comedy musical Chuckleball, which will be performing here at the Hayes Center on Friday, April 15, part of the Blue Ridge Food and Wine Festival. I had a chance to sit down with Christiana Little, one of the talented performers in Chuckleball. Hi, Christiana. How are you?
Hi, Rick. I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It is Christiana, right?
Christiana, yes.
Okay.
Yes. As long as you don't call me Christina. It's not my name. My name is Christiana.
I'm sure you get a lot of that, though.
I do, yeah.
Okay, so where are you calling us from right now?
I live in Astoria, New York, which is in Queens,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all part of New York City. But yeah, from my living room. So
Great.
welcome to my home.
Well, are you looking forward to coming down to Blowing Rock, North Carolina? Have you heard of Blowing Rock, North Carolina?
Actually, I have, because my intern at my day job is from Boone. So the minute I said I was performing at the Hayes Performing Arts Center, she was like, that is 15 minutes from my house.
Wow.
She's actually going to be in town. My intern's going to be in town for her brother's birthday, and so we're all going to get together, and I'll have her, print stuff and copy stuff just like I do every day.
Wow, small world. Yeah. I would have never guessed that. But you know what, though? In the arts industry, it seems like everyone has some sort of connection. So it doesn't surprise me that that we have a connection here in Boone and Blowing Rock, North Carolina.
Yeah, it's a small world.
Cool, cool. So let's talk about Chuckleball.
Let's talk about Chuckleball.
So what can our audiences and viewers here today expect to see on stage? What is Chuckleball? What's the show?
Well, it's here's exactly what it is. We take popular songs from all different genres. So in one show, you might hear a song from Oklahoma, and at the same time, a song by, the Beatles or REM or any number of, pop singers. We change the words to make them about stuff that's going on in the sports world, and we do it, we impersonate famous sports figures, and we might sing a song. For instance, one of the biggest hits is a song that George Foreman sings. It's to the tune of My Girl, but it is My Grill.
Ah, yeah.
It's about the George Foreman grill. And I won't give her the rest of the jokes, but it's really funny. So it works on so many levels, because there's not only you get to have an evening of listening to all these great songs, but there's also the layer of comedy, of course.
Right, right. So if I was to make just a little comparison, it's kind of like the Capitol Steps of sports. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what it's like.
Okay. Yeah, the Capitol Steps performed here about 3 years ago, and they were a hit then. So I think our audiences are gonna enjoy Chuckleball too.
Great, I definitely think so.
Cool. So you mentioned George Foreman. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the other characters in the show?
Sure. I don't want to give it all away, though.
Okay.
We have a wonderful Tiger Woods thing.
Of course.
Of course. I, in the past, have played Elin Woods with a blonde wig, of course. We have, more wigs than you can imagine. There's, one whole suitcase filled with wigs.
Hey, I thought it was yours to one night stand, but then he extended his texting plan. So I smashed his car with a club, and his windshield and a horn. Something tells me I'm in for something, girl.
She's getting everything. Please come on home, you and let's make up.
I knew I was smart not to sign a prenup. Tiger, your days are done.
Just wait and see.
Your days are done. No more victory.
I can stay afloat. I'll endorse BP.
Really?
I play Maria Sharapova.
I like the accent too. Say that again.
I do tons of accents. I come on and I say hello, and I do this big Russian thing. One of my favorite roles, which I don't think we're doing for this one, because one of the great things about the show is that we take out numbers all the time. We put new ones in, so it's really current.
Right.
Right after the LeBron James thing where he left and now he plays for the Miami Heat, of course, LeBron James, the basketball player, left Cleveland. I played a downhearted LeBron James fan, and I sang Midnight Train to Georgia, except it was Private Plane to Florida.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorites, because I just got to, like, wail, and I had Pips in the background doing backup, and it was a real blast.
So you say that you take clips, the current clips, so of what's going on in the news today, to keep the show fresh, keep it current.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool. Well, that's, it's just always evolving then.
Exactly, yeah. And it's a great challenge for us as actors, as performers, because in one show, we might do things in a certain order. And then for the very next show, it's like, oh no, the whole thing's backwards, and we're doing this thing about Brett Favre in the middle.
Right.
So it's really fun. It always keeps you on your toes, and it's wonderful because I get to sing. I come from a very eclectic musical background, and so it's great because I get to sing all these different styles of music in one show.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Can you give me a little bit about a little sample of one of your characters?
Let's see. Oh, man. You know what? Let me give you a little bit of the LeBron, because I don't want to give too much away, and I don't think the LeBron will be in the show, so this will be an exclusive, an online exclusive. So, let's see, that one. Losing proved too much for LeBron. Then the Pips go, too much for LeBron. He couldn't take it. So he's leaving a place where he was king. Oh, he said he's going to the south, going to the beach. Oh, to play with his friends. 'Cause if he re-signed here, he'd never win a thing. No. He's leaving on a private plane to Florida. Yeah. So yeah, it's super fun. And then at the end, I like wail up to a high C, and I'm very satisfied every time.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for that. So what is it that makes this show so popular? What's the big draw?
Well, I think it's because there's really something for everyone. We've performed this for so many different audiences, and the traditional theater-going audience gets something out of it because there's a lot of spoofs on theater. That, like I said, we incorporate a lot of show tunes, and we make it general enough to where even if you're not a big sports fan, you're going to have a great time, and you're going to get all the jokes. Now, if you are a sports fan, let's say maybe you're a sports fan and you're not really a musical theater fan or a theater fan, you're going to walk in and see something, you're going to enjoy it the same way you would enjoy Saturday Night Live, the same way you would enjoy any spoof on something that you love. So if you love sports, if you love theater, if you just love laughing and having a good time, I mean, it's funny no matter who you are. And I think that's one of the brilliant aspects of Chuckleball.
Yeah. So I know the show, I think it originally started in Philadelphia, is that correct?
There was a run in Philadelphia.
Okay.
There was also a run off Broadway at the Snaffle Center here in New York. Also at the Producers Club. Is that right? I wasn't involved with that one, so excuse me if I'm wrong. But Jay Goldstein can tell you the whole lineage of Chuckleball, our producer.
Well, I mean, it's cool that you're going to tour it down here to Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So we're in for a treat.
Yeah, we're in for a treat too. We can't wait to come down and show y'all what Chuckleball is all about.
Did you just say y'all?
I'm from Austin, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a Southern girl lost in the big city.
Oh, that's great. Well, you'll feel right at home here in Blowing Rock. You'll get a lot of y'alls and little Southern accents down here too. So you'll feel right at home.
To see part 2 of this interview, go to www.hayescenter.org, where you will also see other Chuckleball videos and video clips, plus videos of upcoming shows and events here at the Hayes Center. I'm Rick Suyo with Hayes TV.